Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, this is Madden NFL 21. We'll see Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
A terrific athlete, started at wide receiver before becoming the starting quarterback at Texas A&M, and also took his studies pretty seriously as well. He was a biology major at Texas A&M, planned to become an orthopedic surgeon, but being the 8th pick in the NFL draft, that paid just a little bit better.
Here we go, right here. 28! Line 54. Here we go, D. Here I come.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
54.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. This is Henry. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here we go. 52. 52's the mic. Let's go, tackle. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 35. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Go.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. A time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll start with a give to Henry. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Derrick Henry. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here we go. 48! 48, right now, let's go. Target. Mike, 48.
From just shy of midfield, Tannehill. He's got his tight end, Anthony Firkser. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Okay, double up. 48, Mike.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Let's go, D. 52.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill going to throw right side here, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike, 54.
From the red zone now, Tannehill.
Man, I got you.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Right there. 28. 54, Mike. Your track.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Pull it together. Mike's 54.
A toss right to Henry. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? That's complete to his tight end, Firkser. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That pass play good for 7. but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Tucker McCann out now for the Titans field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. McCann's kick up and good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Hey, check Mike. Watching your back.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Come to our world. We want it. Come to
On the draw, this is Barkley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
That's complete to John Ross. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54.
On first down, Tannehill.
Quick slant to Brown.
Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, 55 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just two plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pettis now on the return.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Might be it right there. I think that's plus 20, y'all.
And New York set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
They begin with a run by Barkley.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
No chance.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Jones signaling, let's go, trying to get his guys up to the line. Jones on 1st and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And now it's 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And this is going to be incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
54 Mike. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. 54 Mike.
Tannehill on first down. A short throw, and it's going to be pulled in by Ferkser. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
From the gun, here's Tannehill.
Let's go, D.
This complete to the former Longhorn Marcus Johnson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
In man coverage, your #1 cardinal rule, don't get beat deep. And that's why the comeback route is so effective, because that's how they're selling it, Brandon, taking you all the way upfield before breaking it back down.
48 the mic. Stop your whining.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike 48, Mike 48.
Throwing again is Tannehill. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
54. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Tannehill throwing again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here you go, right here. Round 80. Single.
Again, Tannehill. This will be caught at about the 6. That catch good for only a couple.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Bring it.
To the air again, Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Ryan Tannehill with a touchdown pass to A.J. Brown.
And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10.
That's baby shop. 55's my guy.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw Derrick Henry muscle his way through a strong first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Pettis now on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Get ready. Get ready.
New York ready to go again offensively. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Check. 55's the mic.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
19 Tiger. I got him. Mike 55. Mike 55.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Operating from the gun, Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 54. Check Mike, check Mike. Right there, 54, right there.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
SOS.
Jones now will run it.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones under pressure again, and down he goes again. Danico Autry, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
From the gun, Jones. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
And now Ryan Tannehill becomes a focus of our players' spotlight. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love?
Four verts.
Four verts. Yeah. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. Man open left side is Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Here we go. Lady! 54 Mike. What we got? 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. A short throw, and it's going to be pulled in by Ferkser. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead.
On the move to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
A first down carry for Henry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Henry. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill, and the Titans are able to extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the lead is up to 18 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Jones now on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jones.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I got him. Mike, turn up. Check 55, Mike. I'm going to come back to you.
Throwing again, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
The Giants on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Right there.
Throwing, Jones. That's complete left side to Shepard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
Yeah, baby!
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Finds his tight end Ingram. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Jones, going to throw again. Incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back. Unsuccessfully.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jones. He's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Kenny Galladay there to make the grab. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24-13 our score. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Titans are going to recover the football. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And a bounce back here for him after a slow start. And sometimes that's how it goes with tight ends. Those catches in their games, they can go in waves at that position.
And you get so locked into stopping them that you think, okay, hey, look at that. We've held him down. And the best ones, you really don't hold down for an entire game. They're going to get their catches. Your job is to keep them from being big-time catches that break you down totally.
Right here. 48. 48 right now. Let's go. Hey, tight. Mike, 48. Mike, 48. I can't believe you let you.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
Hey, switch gears. Switch
And the
gears.
result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Set. Waiting. Check. 48's the mic. You go night.
They'll run it again with Henry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Titans go victory formation down to a knee. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Go, go.
The Titans go victory formation as they take a knee. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd.
You got nothing. Mike, 48. Mike, 48. Hey, man.
Tannehill to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.